The projector aura and how to be teachable. Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I want to talk about what it's like to learn as a projector and how to learn as a projector. So this video is going to be very interesting because I'm really going to be talking about what it's like to be teachable as a projector. And projectors are here to guide. So this is why I wanted to talk about teaching and being teachable, because in order to guide people in a correct way, we also have to go through our own personal experiences, learn from them, especially if you are a projector with the third line energy, trial and error. You are likely to use your life experiences to learn and then be in a position or a place to guide and to share. So before I jump into it, I'll talk a little bit about the projector aura type if you're new to my channel. I also highly recommend looking up more about the projector aura type in human design. And of course, feel free to check out my video, What is Human Design? If human design is a topic or subject you've never heard about. So what inspired this video is my own experience as a 3/5 self-projected projector, and also because I'm a projector aura type and someone who is deeply involved in studying and educating people on human design, I've already come across a lot of other projector aura types that have different authorities, from mental to splenic authority to emotional authority, and as well as self-projected. Again, I've seen it all. I've seen a lot. And as a self-projected projector, they say that we often can see the truth in things. So hopefully this video can help you guys see the truth in learning as a projector. So the projector aura type is about 20% of the world. And then when we look at the different authorities, for example, I'm a self-projected authority. There's only about 2% of people with that specific aura type and authority. So projectors, especially once differentiated, are very rare. And this is because as people who are meant to guide and people who do not have sacral energy, we are literally here to show people where they should be going. We are here to point out the direction. Myself specifically, I'm a right angle cross of the Sphinx. So not only am I a projector, but I'm a projector that is here literally to give people direction. So as I said, projectors are known as guides, but if they choose to listen, they can also be great learners, because projectors are often, again, not the majority of the population, especially when they're in other rooms or spaces. It's very important for them to understand that you are not like other people. So in order to learn, you actually can learn from your experiences with other people, because they are going to show you what direction you need to point them into, and they are also going to show you how you can guide them, and so guide yourself. So the projector strategy is to wait for the invitation. So this means that if we are waiting for a formal invitation for someone else, questions are going to be extremely important for projectors. So the first point I want to make is use questions for your answers if you are a projector. So the way a projector can learn is by using the questions that they receive to guide them. So as a projector, I didn't realize I had this deep understanding of spirituality and esoteric knowledge until I was constantly questioned and asked about it. And actually, this is what was most popular coming from me, from my friends. Like, this is what they wanted to hear about. People want to know their astrology or understand their human design chart, or just like get advice and talk about something spiritual. And I didn't realize that this was actually me sharing my gifts, and that these questions were actually guiding me into the direction of what my skills and my talents were, but also my responses to those questions let me know this is something that really lights me up, or why are they asking me this? Because they might be seeing me in a projected lens and not actually what I want to show up and do. And that actually helped me focus my attention and become more specific with what I wanted to do every day and how I wanted to show up, because I knew I wanted to get the questions I actually wanted to answer. And you know, projectors are, again, we are known as guides. And I think sometimes because projectors are known as guides, we tend to not be open to the opinions of others, not realizing that Even a negative opinion can be guiding us to our personal answers if we choose to use it as a point of contemplation. And instead of responding in our not self, which we know the not self for the projector aura type is bitterness, we can actually see the question as an opportunity to create success in our lives. Because a lot of the times, if you're a projector that's getting bombarded with similar questions about a specific topic, it's because people see you as a master in that topic, or they recognize your gifts and skills within that subject matter. So it's really important then to start speaking on it and sharing on it if you know that these invitations that are enjoyable for you and you want to keep getting more of them, and also being recognized for it. Second thing that helps a projector learn is checking in on body language. So projector aura types, again, we are non-sacral, so we do not have a defined sacral center, which means that we have to be very mindful of our energy. And by being mindful of our energy, that means we have to be mindful of the invitations we accept. So yes, your strategy is to wait for the invitation, but also be mindful of what invitations you choose to accept. Because again, you can come across a generator, manifesting generator, and they may give you stimuli, or it's like tell you, try to show you like what they want, what they envision, what they see. If you notice that the manifesting generator or generator that you are speaking with isn't ecstatic about the guidance you are giving them or the direction you are pointing to them, that is also going to give you clear indication of how you should operate in your energy. And that's a great way to learn. It also could be that you are giving them direction that they didn't ask for, which is also can be common with the projector aura type. Again, when you are a guide and you are a seer, sometimes you naturally can feel like you are clairaudient or claircognizant. You have a knowing and you want to express that knowing, especially if you're a right angle cross of the Sphinx. It's literally in your incarnation cross to know or to remember, and not exactly know why, but know that it's the truth. And sometimes as projectors, we want to force our truth onto others, and it's really for the other person to invite us in. And then when we're invited in, we will feel the success as opposed to bitterness, because we are instead waiting for the right opportunity to share information, as opposed to, oh, I see this thing and now I need to tell this person or tell them, because that is not going to get you the response you want. And again, know that anything that is good or bad can still direct you and show you your purpose or the direction you need to go. Now let's move on to point number 3. So my third point for how projectors can learn is to let the bitterness teach and guide you. So when you are in your not self of any aura type, so that can be anger, that can be frustration, that can be disappointment. And then when it comes to the projector bitterness, it's really important to move away from environments, situations, places, or people, if you can, that bring this out in you, because you are operating in your not self. And as we know, your not self is basically the energy you do not want to be in. It is the shadow frequency of your aura type. And as projectors, we are meant to feel recognition. We are literally put on this earth to feel successful, because our minds are meant to be respected, recognized, and used to help move the collective forward and bring people towards the well-being and the lifestyle that the earth is really here for us to see and enjoy. The fourth thing you can do as a projector is choose to learn from very positive people. So again, as I mentioned, the projector not self characteristic is bitterness. And when you are bitter, that is a very low frequency energy as a projector who often can experience bitterness, because again, no matter how successful you are as humans, we go through a range of emotions and healing isn't linear. So there will be experiences and times that bring us into our not self. But it's really important in those moments to choose to course correct And a big part of that is choosing uplifting, motivating, and positive content and people to be around. So, as I mentioned, projectors do need that recognition, and they also need to feel supported so that they can feel success, because we don't have the sacral energy. So it's really, really important to be in rooms with people who are positive. And if you can't be in those physical spaces, and if your environment isn't showing you that, then you can create your own environment simply through using the internet. As a projector and as a mom and as like a Black woman, I've been able to find great mentors and just positive people to watch who I feel like inspire me, who motivate me, who challenge me and open my mind. And they are not necessarily physically around me, but I know that it's more in alignment with the stuff that I want to learn, see, do, and be, right? So with that being said, know that in this day and age, in 2023, you can, as a projector, make the effort to create the environment you want, especially when you're in moments of not self. There's so many beautiful content creators on YouTube who actually may have very similar lives to you, who can give you advice and also might be a few steps ahead in terms of life and can give you advice from exactly where you are and how to get to where they're going or where they are. So I highly, highly, highly recommend that. And by doing so, you will have positive reinforcement. In order to be a content creator and make these videos, as someone who is, somewhat sensitive, I tend to watch lots of positive content on YouTube and watch creators who are going through similar journeys or moms who are going through similar journeys. Wholesome, positive content helps reinforce positive behavior and positive energy. And once you feel like that, it's like if you're watching people say like all good things and choosing to be really positive, you're more likely to create from that space because it's more reassuring and affirming to the dreams that you have. Another way, and this is point 5 on how to learn as a projector, is choosing to study topics that light you up. So because projectors don't have sacral energy, we really have to operate from this like divine will, as spoken about in Gate 40, the Gate of Aloneness. And it's really about choosing things that light you up. And if you are a projector with a throat channel, anything that you feel like you really want to talk about and share is really, really going to help teach you as a projector, but also bring you that success. And projectors tend to struggle with material success because they don't have that physical energy and that like sacral energy to be a part of the workforce. So it's really, really important as a projector to study things that light you up, become experts in it, and honestly, a lit up projector won't stop talking. Exhibit A. So, and we know that again, Gate 18 in human design, the gate of enthusiasm. Enthusiasm leads to mastery, and projectors may not necessarily have the physical energy, but an enthusiastic projector will definitely be successful. I actually got tingles all over my body saying that because it's true. And creating content like this for you guys lights me up because I just can't wait to see all the projectors who get to learn more about themselves and their human design and see how this experiment plays out. I know that part of me documenting my experiment is going to help other people learn and also develop in their deconditioning process and their experiment. And when you are learning as a projector and studying, because you're a guide, learn to teach. And if you're learning to teach, I promise you will do a much better job at learning because you know that you are learning to reshare the information. So it's always great for projectors to study, and specifically study from any source or foundational material, because we are not here to come up with new ideas and create new things. We are here to guide people, and that guidance can be innovative, yes, but it's not necessarily supposed to be inventive like a manifestor who is kind of coming up with things from their mind's eye and like voicing them. The projector energy is quite different. We see systems that are already in place and we know how to master them and make them highly efficient. So my 6th point and my last point on how to learn as a projector is to look at the energy of the 5th and 6th line profile types. And the reason why I say this is because the 5th line is the priest, and they are someone who's able to universalize information and make it practical, which is highly important as a projector, because if you're here to guide, people have to be able to understand you. And also you want to make sure that you are able to connect with them on a deeper level. As projectors are seers, we naturally have this level of depth, but choosing to focus on being present with people, choosing to focus on being practical and pragmatic in the way that we share information can be very helpful. And then I'm going to talk about 6th line. So I really admire the 6th line energy because the 6th line is the energy of the role model. And this is someone who's kind of like the bodhisattva. Like, you may not actually see them like teaching and leading, but their way they embody the wisdoms that they've learned through their life experiences, through their trial and error period. Because as we know, 6th lines go through trial and error as well. They are able to now really be the role models of society and like show you what a fully embodied human being looks like. So I hope this video was super informative and helpful, and I'm going to quickly cover the points for you guys to remember. So I covered about 6 points. So how to learn as a projector. Here are the 6 points. Number 1, look at your questions as your answers. Every question a projector gets will guide them to how they can direct a person moving forward and how they can direct their own lives in terms of finding material success and purpose. Number 2, checking in with the body language of the other person. So the way you can really learn if an invitation is correct for you is to check in with how the person responds. A lot of people who especially don't know their human design may be operating in their not self. So it's really important for you to be aware of that, and also know that even if the person said yes, the invitation might still be a no, because 1, it's not correct for you, or you can tell it's not correct for the other person, because as a projector, you're the guide. So even though it might seem like, ooh, well, this person wants to do this thing for me, it might help. If their energy is sour, I would say no. I've been through that experience, and it's never fun when you can kind of tell the person doesn't want to do it, but they want to make you happy. Just let them, just free them, and in turn, free yourself. The 3rd point is let your bitterness guide you. Know that your emotions and feelings, no matter what aura type you are, will give you information on what you should be doing. If something doesn't make you feel good, I come from the school of Abraham Hicks, probably don't do it, because part of being in the vortex or receptive zone in life and in terms of receiving abundance is being in a space of feeling good, because feeling good is a high vibrational energy, and when you are in a higher vibrational frequency, you're more likely to attract other people who are in similar frequency. And of course, we know this magnetic energy then creates the energy that can create worlds, create opportunities, and all these other things. Point number 4 is to learn from very positive people, because projectors, we need recognition and we need positive reinforcement. So who you keep around you and what environments you choose to go to will be very important. I keep saying important because there's a synonym that's literally not coming to my head right now, but y'all gonna get it. Next is number 5, study what lights you up, because projectors are here for mastery, and projectors should always be studying to teach, because we are natural teachers and we are natural guides. And number 6, learn through presence. And I highly recommend looking at the 5th line and 6th line profiles to help with integrating that type of energy, the energy of sharing and leadership and universalization and being a role model, because as a projector, that's what you're here to do. And it sounds like a great responsibility, because it is. And with great power comes great responsibility, as we know Spider-Man said. So with that, I'll leave you guys. I'm really happy that this video kind of came to me as a moment of inspiration. And it's really because, it made me think about how teachable I had to become as a projector. So my conscious sun is in gate 2.3, which is literally all about being receptive to life. And in the third line, the line of trial and error, it's all about learning patience. And we know that part of waiting for invitations as a projector is about being patient and choosing to only go with things that are fully aligned with us. And that requires waiting. But know that in your waiting period, you can be studying, you can be sharing knowledge of the things that you study that light you up, and you can be talking to people and listen to what they are asking you, because their questions, I promise you, will guide you into a whole new life. So I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video, and peace. If you made it this far and would like to support my channel, check out my sea moss shop. Sea moss is a sea algae that has 92 of 102 minerals the body needs. It's also anti-mucus, antiviral, and antibacterial. And of course, subscribe to stay in touch with me.